Welcome to the troubled Montana mod. I say troubled because, first of all, this mod is not publicly available anymore, just due to script issues and problems and just general non-optimization, I think is the correct word to use. They have pulled it. I think someone else took over.
Medical emergency. Someone has suffered a severe heart attack.
That is
Treat
usually
and take the victim away.
Quite bad. Let's get in here number 4 because we can dispatch an ambulance. They might be in the warehouse. But basically, it's quite finicky. It crashes sometimes. Quite often, there's broken stuff in it. But really, it's sort of like Winterberg, but set in America. And that's something I'm very interested about. Oh, yep, there we go. That's the ambulance. That's a... is that a Mercedes or a Freightliner? There's a delivery company that's sort of a part of... I don't know how it works, but there's a company, basically Danish freight men is the direct translation. Danske Fragment, there's a guy in my area, or somewhere in around here, that has bought Freightliners instead of Mercedes Sprinters, which really confused me the first few times I saw them, because I was like, that's a Sprinter, but it doesn't say Mercedes in the grille. Then I saw it was a Freightliner, and I was more confused. Either they just imported it. Anyway, that's beside the point. That's probably a Freightliner. Where was I? I was talking about, yeah, it's broken. It's not currently available for download if you're interested in it. But they are working on a new and improved version. I think someone else took it over. Oh, you do go quicker. Let's pull in here. Kill the lights, get you out. So send in one of these blocks, because we need... First we need to drop the medic bag, and then we need to get a stretcher from it. So could you go and do your medic thing on that block? Oh Christ, he's not feeling too good. But it does have several features, like the spine boards, as you saw. The stretchers and spine boards from Copenhagen mod, I think that was where that debuted. Debut? What's the correct phrase in America? Is it debut? Debut? I know in Australia they say debut, which always amuses me. So it's sort of a mod-wise, regardless. It's kind of a mix match between the different kind of mods, and it's got potential if they fix the issues. I'm sure you can find it somewhere on the darker sides of the internet. But I can't really help with that because I have to be nice because I do videos. I think that's the correct way of saying it. But you have a fire station down here with volunteers. They have 2 engines, and they have whatever this is. This is a... Does it not even tell me? No, it's a attack 1. So it's an attack vehicle. Jesus, what do they firemen need those military term vehicles for? Attack. Like, that's just offensive. And then you got your supervisor, chief, cars, whatever you want to call that. You've got your police, you've got your many different agencies, because you have your police out here, that's the city police. You have the US Forestry Service, I think this is, or Park Ranger, whatever you call that. And then you also have, up here at least, you've got the BZSO, that's not Bone County, it's Beaverhead, which is nice, county. They seem to just stand by the courthouse. You also, by the hospital at least, you have a state trooper car, the Montana Highway Patrol, and it says trooper, so talk about being confused there. But back over here by our patient, they are looking good. They're fully ready for transport. So we'll load it in, get him in. Now we can only transport 1. However, they don't get in with the stretcher, which is interesting. I'll let them go off with their hospital visit thing. But that's the unit you have available on the map. But you can also call in external units, which is stored down on these buttons. So these are from a different county. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, you can ignore the names out here. I forgot the name. I don't really know. Maybe it's Beaverhead because we have the police. But you have some quite interesting ones. You've got heavy equipment. You've got your brush. You've got your different engines, presumably because they're based at different stations. They're orange for some reason. And then we come down to my favourite bit. The water tenders. Now that's something I have felt has been missing from emergency games for ever, really, is a water management system, because these engines, they have water tanks on board and you expend that. Usually you just have infinite water supply on your vehicles, you don't here. So either you have to set up right next to a hydrant, or in case they don't reach, you have to call in your water tenders and have to do shuttle back and forth. Now that presents some interesting challenges in my opinion. Oh Christ, that scared the shit out of me. But that presents some interesting challenges in my opinion. Because you have to balance basically just pouring all
A fire has been reported. Cause unknown. Extinguish all fires.
Okay, so we have a fire. What I'm going to do is select that little thing called the... And that scares the ever-loving shit out of me every fucking time because... I don't like loud beepy noises, but let's get the chief supervisor into the vehicle. And the volunteers, they will drive to the station. They'll park over here, and then they'll run in and change clothes. It doesn't seem to be something you dispatch Popo to, because it's not really threatening anything. Although we kind of have to be careful about placing our vehicles. So I'll send him off. The question is whether or not we send... Well, we send an engine, obviously. But that depends on how many turn sub, I reckon. Dispatch E1. Put master light on. So Chief has arrived. He can now make a call on what to do. And Chief, he's clever, so he parks up out here. So we'll leave it with the lights on, because fire always do that. So it's kind of contained out here, so... I think, do we only get 3 firemen out here, or... I think we do. That's not a lot. So we will have to make do. So they're rolling in their engine, which looks like that. That's like a good old snub-nosed thing. It's so nice to have that, you know. Old school stuff, not just the latest modern... I mean, that's got a place and all, but realistically you'd have these kind of things more often than you'd have the latest and greatest. So they're pulling up here. Get him to pull up sort of here as well. There's no reason to leave it on the road. So we'll leave it here. We'll get one block with a fire hose. I mean, really, you should be able to put that out with a single hose. I'm also thinking about water supply here, because if we'll have to see, how many do we have? What do we have? We've got 1,000 gallons, which is, I'm sure, something. I don't know what a gallon is, so I have no clue what. I just know I have 1,000 of it. So we'll have to wait and see here how quickly we use it. Yeah, we'll have plenty of water left over in the tank. However, we may have to stop off somewhere on the way back to top off the water tank. I mean, we could call in a water tender, but it seems kind of pointless. Actually, what we kind of want to do, since this is a bushfire, we kind of want to get a chainsaw going and cut that up. That's another issue that you kind of miss out, is all the non-sort of immediate action stuff. Like if you had a house fire, you'd take off the roof.
Attention! There is a person running amok in the operational area. Arrest or neutralize this person and take him
now
away.
That man, in my
and don't
ears,
forget to treat those
very
victims.
Loud. So where's he? There he is. So he's just running amok. So here's the oh shit! Shots fired at policemen. Need to dispatch some more police. I mean, there's not really any point though, because they kind of just shot the car a bit, and that guy goes in and punches him in the face. But you kind of have to strike a balance between micromanaging and just having automation. Because mods, like, is it Weberg or whatever it's called, the German one, where you have to micromanage in a ridiculous manner, gets old really quick if you ask me. I mean, this is also seemingly a fairly new car, but it has an old aerodynamic or Jetsonic on it, which is nice.
Central, I'll be 1019, 1051.
So we'll send those home. Actually, I might not send you home. I might just get you, and then get a single bloke out. But that's the one with that. Get a fire hose. Oh shit, I need to get another one out because you need to unlock the hydrant. And then once we do that, we hook up a hose here. Hook it up to the engine. And use it as a water supply. And then that should, in theory, fill up our water tank. See, now we're at 1,000. So we'll disconnect it. Right over. And then we need to close it. We need to drop the hose. For some reason we don't put that back on the car. So we close that one down and we send it back home to base. That way it's fully loaded for another call. So the Popo have handled the issue up here. It took a bit of damage, but that's to be expected really. Other than that, we have a little red thing out here. Is that just another call-out box? I reckon it might be, because we can empty... Ooh, that's interesting. So we can call in an additional park ranger for money. And then by the hospital, we have the ambulance that we called. We have the state police. We have all of this bit out here which can burn. It's so nice with a map that has a bit of variety in it as well. You got the built-up area. And you have the more rural stuff going on over here with fields and farms and that really. It just adds a nice bit of variety, that sort of small town feel. Now, as far as I can work out, you kind of have to let them go.
Someone has suffered a stroke.
Oh dear.
Treat immediately and take the victim away.
And I reckon we haven't actually got the fire chief out of his vehicle yet. Have we? No, he's here. For some reason, this is the only way that I can work out how to call in an ambulance. There might be more efficient ways of doing it, but that's what I can sort of do it. So I have a CAS, that's close air support, which kind of seems pointless when you're fighting fires or ambulances. They usually create more casualties. Although I reckon it's probably just the name of... Oh Christ, that's a loud wheeling siren. Let's zoom out. Yeah, there's definitely some scripting issues going on because your frame rate does drop dramatically as you play. So there's some sort of garbage handling stuff that doesn't work. Which is a shame. Master Siren. I don't have one of those. Got the lights. Just park here. I mean, it's an ambulance. What you gonna do? Oh, quite easy. Blue shirt. Straight up to the patient.
Attention, there are reports of a fire, probably caused by a discarded cigarette. Extinguish
there definitely
all fires.
is a bit of a fire. That man is very loud. Let's call them in. And I shake me pants. It's just a cardboard box. So that should be put out fairly quickly. The chief boy has arrived. Oh, but he can't get a fire extinguisher, so he has to wait for the firemen to turn up. Would you shut up with your loud siren? Get extinguisher. Really, that's just the job for a cardboard box. And just go psh, and that's it. See? You only need an infinite supply of CO2 or...
Vehicle fire, caused by a technical defect. Extinguish the fire and if necessary, treat all casualties and take them away.
Vehicle fire. Okay, so that's on the roadway. We will need... Let's actually get the state police involved out here because it is on the countryside. Then once Chief Boy Supervisor arrive on scene, he can do whatever he wants to do in terms of command. He just seems more interested in playing with the manual siren mode. Fair play, really. Arriving on scene, so what you need is MPFD Engine 2. And we just hope the game won't crash. So the engine is slowly making its way. Is that a international? Oh, that's actually a good question. I think it might be an international. Run over there. Yes, you have a right.
Attention! Fire! Caused by open flame. Extinguish all fires.
Okay. You hook it up and you... Yeah, pretty much. So is it a bit of a serious fire then? Because we may have to out here then. We may have to just go in here. Call in a towie. And send him up here, run code. Actually. Get him out of the vehicle. Select him. Call engine 1. Because, you know, oh, police just arrived on scene. That's convenient. So engine 1 should be responding to that. And we have a towie. And then go home. And then we'll have a 2-engine response to the little thing up there. So Chief Supervisor Boy has arrived. I just kind of need him to park somewhere he's not totally... Oh, that's... Nope, okay, we're still here, we're still here. So if you could look, just leave your car somewhere not in the middle of the road. That's close enough, really. Please not fuck up right now. Let's request a... Where do we get... Oh, where did I find that? All in... Nope, do I have to go up here? Request BCFD water tanker. That is affirmative, that is what I requested. Oh, you already have a horse out, that's kind of convenient. Yeah, so we've now reached a point where the script kind of just gives up. So let's try and relax a bit with the whole water usage thing. Let's try and locate the nearest water supply, which is quite far away. There's one there, 2 there, good, perfect. A engine up here. Put it down here, that gives us a bit of a buffer. I mean, they can run a distance. Once we get the water supply going about here. I think I called in 2, 1 for each engine. How much water have we used? Yeah, it's getting fairly critical given our drive time. I mean, they're gonna arrive out here with a full water tank. But yeah, that's not really good, is it? So engine 1 is 1% water. Hence why I actually bothered to call them in. Could you just go forward? Like, how much water do you have? Like 90 billion gallons of water. I mean, the fire is very nearly out. So, let's look at about here. Had we just sent the 1 engine, we would have needed water supply. So hook that up there and we will cross-fill. How much water do you have? 6,000 gallons. That's enough for 6 engines.
Lightning strike. Check whether people have been injured or fires have broken out.
Do you need to do it with the people who actually hooked it up? Is that the issue here? Oh, hello. Okay, could I have more than 6 frames per second? That'd be really good. Nope, we can only have 5 apparently. And he's out. And the horn boys are arriving in engine 1. Nope. Nope, good. Okay, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but that's fine. So you can grab a hose. Asking this bloke. We may have to set up a water jack splitter thing. You also need one of those. Hopefully they can actually attack 2 separate ones at the same time. And my concern is that we are draining the water here, but we are right next to it. Nope. That's not how that works. We can now step down the attack a bit, because having all of those attack lines is quite ridiculous. Oh, we did put it out, that's lovely. And there's nobody hooked up to it. So why can't you collect the VY, whatever it's called? Huh. Is it because we have our water supply connected? No. So we can't just pick that thing up then? Okay. That's strange. And unusual. What if we hook it up here? Turn the...
Attention, we have a report of pickpocketing. The thief is escaping. Arrest him and take him away.
Well, let's just end it here because this is not working anymore. This is probably part of the reason why this thing is no longer publicly available. Because it's a broken pile of mess. It's a promising broken pile of mess. Goodbye for now.